So today my video is about what all investigations we do in obstructive sleep apnea patients. The first and foremost investigation we do in OSA patients is polysomnography, PSG. It is considered the gold standard test for diagnosis of OSA. So it can also be asked as a MCQ, which is the gold standard diagnostic test for obstructive sleep apnea. So answer is polysomnography. The test involves the overnight recording of sleep, breathing pattern and oxygenation. And for the whole night, patient is made to sleep in a clinic, and he or she is observed for the sleep, breathing pattern and oxygenation. The study records analysis of apnea, oxygen saturation, body position, change in heart rate, snoring, desaturation relations and sleep staging. The recordings include electroencephalography, electrooculography, electromyography and electrocardiography. So though polysomnography is a gold standard diagnostic test for obstructive sleep apnea patients, but all these tests are also done in OSA patient. For the overnight, the patient is made to sleep in the clinic for overnight, and he or she is investigated for oxygen saturation, apnea, body position, change in heart rate, snoring, desaturation relations and sleep stagings. Rapid eye movement staging, non-rapid eye movement staging. So all the sleep stagings are observed. The recordings include electroencephalography, electrooculography, electromyography and electrocardiography. Polysomnography provides the apnea-hypopnea index. Apnea is sudden cessation of breathing and hypopnea is reduction in flow in the airflow. The patient reduction in airflow of the patient is known as hypopnea, and apnea is during sleep. If there is sudden cessation of breathing for approximately 10 seconds or more, it is known as apnea. In apnea, there is complete cessation of breathing, but but in hypopnea there is reduction in airflow, means complete breathing is not stopped, but there is reduction. More than 50% of reduction is there in the airflow. That is known as hypopnea. So apnea hypopnea index is known as AHI index. So PSG will provide us with the scores of AHI, which are an estimation of apneic hypopneic episodes per hour of sleep. Also respiratory efforts related arousals could be evaluated using a full PSG, which helps to calculate the respiratory disturbance index. Based on AHI scores, OSA is grouped into 4 categories. Normal, in which AHI is less than 5. Mild OSA, AHI is between 5 to 15. Moderate OSA, AHI is between 16 to 30. And severe OSA, when AHI is more than 30. So in normal, AHI is less than 5. In mild, it is between 5 to 15. In moderate, 16 to 30. And in severe, it is more than 30. Based on recorded channels and data analyzed, sleep studies have been classified into 4 levels. PSG in the sleep lab remains the gold standard, although there is increasing acceptance for a home sleep study or portable sleep study. So in this way, we can see in the picture, patient is made to sleep in the clinic for whole night, and polysomnography, electromyography, electrooculography, various tests are done for the sleep pattern of the patient, for sleep staging, for the position of the patient, snoring and oxygen saturation levels. Level 1 is a gold standard attendant, PSG and intervention are possible. In level 2, unattended full PSG, same parameters as level 1 and intervention are not possible. In level 3, a cardiorespiratory study with only 4 parameters, namely airflow, SpO2, respiratory effort and EEG is done. So based on the sleep studies, they have divided the studies into 4 levels. Level 1 is a gold standard. It is attended PSG, means polysomnography is done and in the presence of someone, and full interventions are possible. Level 2, unattended full PSG, means patient alone is sleeping and PSG is done. Same parameters as level 1 and interventions can be done. Only difference is no attendant is present. Nobody is there to see the sleep patterns and all. In level 3, cardiorespiratory study is done and only 4 parameters are observed: airflow, SpO2, respiratory effort, and EEG. In level 4, only 1 or 2 parameters, namely airflow and SpO2, only these 2 parameters are observed. So, dynamic MRI and CT scan are useful imaging aids to investigate upper airway in snoring and sleep apnea patients. What other investigations are there? MRI we can do, CT scan, MRI, all these investigations can also be done, but polysomnography is a gold standard diagnostic test for OSA. Lateral cephalogram through a 2D radiograph is helpful in the examination of upper airway, craniofacial and soft tissue analysis. The lateral cephalogram should be standardized and recorded at end expiration and not at deglutition, because upper airway calibration is affected by respiration cycle. The most important cephalometric measurement include posterior airway space, the length of the soft palate, and distance of hyoid measurement perpendicular to the mandibular plane. So there is a strong evidence for reduced pharyngeal airway space, inferiorly placed hyoid bone. If there is pharyngeal space is reduced and hyoid bone is inferiorly placed, and increased lower facial height in OSA patients than controls. Cephalometric analysis have been found to be valuable tool to understand the anatomic basis of the etiology of OSA, which would be helpful for planning appropriate intervention. So topic is what all investigations we can do for obstructive sleep apnea. Recently, acoustic pharyngiometer has been introduced in clinical practice for orthodontists. Acoustic pharyngiometer. This is a device known as acoustic pharyngiometer. So first of all, the investigation we can do is polysomnography. Then is the CT scan or MRI, lateral cephalogram, and in lateral cephalogram we can observe the pharyngeal airway space, pharyngeal airway space we can observe, and recently acoustic pharyngiometer is also added. With this, the mean airway volume, mean area, and the mean airway would be recorded in minutes. A phonogram of a patient is depicted in figure 76.8. So a phonogram can also be used for the investigation of obstructive sleep apnea. In next video, we will discuss the management protocol for obstructive sleep apnea.